Hello everyone, my name is Jason, and welcome back to Punch Legacy Wars. Today is a review of the patch notes we got yesterday. With this, or more like the balance patch we got yesterday. So the first thing is Alarian and Leanbow. These two have gotten the nerf that they should have, with Vortex Spin getting a 2 to 3, as you can tell, and then reduce damage on the counter flare by 20%. Though she did also get a 10% boost to her Vortex Spin. Then her Solar Strikes went to, well, also increased by 1 and went to 4 with another 10% increase. Then we've got Leanbow. Once I've activated him, you'll see the speed difference. If he wants to activate. Come on. There we go. And only after about a bit. That's only when he activates. Lock here. Up you go. That's also very reduced damage by 20%. So, it's a lot weaker. And let's do it again. Chun-Li Ranger. The next one that needed a nerf. Her Kaseryu went from 2 to 3 with a damage increase of 50%. She does still have a few, she is still quite strong, so there's the issue. But then she's also got, okay, no, not really. Her super is still very powerful, so as long as you do a specific combo, she can still do quite a lot. Now, let's see about Ziggy Assist. Once I still don't have him, and I'm not getting him. That's a third flying kick. How about do it again? There we go. Turbo Twister. Quite a lot of damage, and if you have a fast enough attack, you can combo into it. Something like Dragon Shield Jason, Taylor, or possibly, it's not going to be Chun-Li Ranger, but anyone that has an incredibly fast attack, they'll still combo, even if it does something else. Or more like as long as it's fast. And here's the super. You can tell, even with this one is already out. That's how little it really mattered. Alpha. One that you wouldn't have expected to be nerfed, but also, nah, it's more of a nerf. Get Down's damage was a lot more, but at least he can poke with III. Yeah, he can poke with it now. With a damage reduction of 15% on his Get Down and a 15% damage increase on his III, which is it's kind of good. He can poke now. It does about the same amount of damage as Stretchy Wind Up, so that's something good. Though it's the fact that it's still a combo attack, so it kind of doesn't really help there. And Get Down. You can see the damage is still quite high, but it's not as high. But then we've got Ecliptor and Bison Assist. With the one, Cybersecurity, only costing 3 and does something else now. But, or more like, it does the same. But then we got Psycho Blast with an instant poke for only 3 for a cheap cost. And Cybersecurity for, well, 3-2. But it also does quite a lot too. Blue Centurion. His Turbo Kick was increased slightly. There's not much of a difference. His Baton Mode now staggers on the second hit, or more like the last hit, but is a way faster attack. And then we got Blaster Mode reduced to 4, though it was already like that in his super. Or more like Haywire Mode, since it's kind of not really a super, but kind of is. Though there is one bug. He does not stagger while in Haywire Mode with his Baton Mode. I'm just gonna let him damage so I can activate. Hey, why? Yeah, fine. I can't actually show. If he takes too much damage, I can't show it. So come on, reduce my health. Just show what it can do in. Well, you'll see now. Come on. Here we go. If I can rotate, I did not get to rotate. Do it again. Well, I can avoid this, and now I can show. Baton Mode will not stagger them. As you can tell, it failed. That's the one issue in Haywire Mode. I don't know why it doesn't, but it's just weird. Cybersecurity. Get rid of Eric. White Tiger Tommy. We've got, well, Fainting Rush now sweeps on the first hit. So unless you're gonna get ready to block, you might not get to stop it. Something like this. They can't stop it now. And Saba Yeet. Though, depending on the situation, it does actually work after a block. You just have to be quick. Then there's the fact that Fainting Rush might not always land if you're in the middle of the arena. That is, if you kick them though. And though this is something useful. The fact that it's still invincible at the start, but it still might not help you if they could just block it like that. So nothing else really changed. He is still quite powerful. He is quite powerful now with a 50-50, but Saber Throw was quite powerful already. So now he has his special slot is very dangerous. If you don't block, you might be hit by you. Well, you will be sweeped. Rita 2017. She didn't get any EP changes, but her attacks do. They are different now. Her Psychic Slam no longer misses. Well, as soon as it's activated, it can't miss. And you can dash right after it. And same with the dash window on her Repulsible. That one can, well, it lets you dash earlier. Though it helps you set up some combos. And it will always travel to the edge of the arena now. So it's very good. This attack keeps them in place. It no longer actually sends them higher into the air or further away. So it's very useful for that. Psycho Blast be an instant and stop them. That's one of the few good reasons. And Cyber Security, because I put you out of range. And I believe, yeah, okay, you can kind of dash, but depending on the attack you use, you might not reach them. Okay, block here. I think I've got a bug. It didn't hit, but I don't know how many stacks they have left. Korag. His wolf attack got a 10% damage increase. Resulting, well, that's his block. But then we got Dark Magic Strike, where that's his other special slot attack. With a damage increase of also 10%. Making it, if you compare costs, the strongest attack in the game now. Then he's also got Shield Bash with a much earlier dash branch window. Which allows, well, he can now combo without needing a taunt. And that actually removes him from needing a taunt to combo. So that's kind of another nice thing. So you don't need a taunt with Korag anymore. Very useful. And you can even use, well, depending on anything, they don't have to be in the corner anymore. So Shield Bash into a wolf attack. The next two, which is the first one, is Red Zeo. His 5-point combo went from 4 to 3. His 5-up kick from 5 to 4, which is instant. And got a damage reduction of 20% just because of its speed. But then it also, well, his Heroic Leap now 100% will combo. Or more like, if you don't react to it, he will put you in the air. Though he's got a problem. It's because it also still sweeps while in the air. Because of that, he will miss the second hit. Depending on their position though. I believe it still can hit if you time it right. But then we got Big Bang Slash with a 15% damage increase. Kick! And you can tell, they couldn't really do much. They were instantly put in the air. 5-point, nope. Well, let's see. Lean Row can still be used, but differently. Like, if you manage to hit them, you can still block right after. Let's see. And they didn't even use a strike. Eric Myers, a character with a lot of buffs. When Blade Mode is activated, it grants +1 EP. Then we got Drop Shot with a cost reduction of 1. So there is also the fact after you counter with it, you will now be able to activate Blade Mode. So it's a lot better, and you can take 1 EP for doing so. And counter this, and throw a freeze. That did not work. Well, then we also got Quantum Alpha, Blade Mode. It now does a forward launch instead of just a regular launch. And Quantum Beta now actually does a launch instead of, well, it used to do a knockback. And then we got the Blaster Mode with a dash branch window right there. And Quantum Beta, well, Blade Mode doesn't really do anything. But then Blade Mode also has, Quantum Breaker Blade Mode has a sweep instead of a launch. So it won't throw them out of the attack like it used to. Drop Shot, use that, and Flurry of Snow to freeze them. But here's the thing, with these changes, it does help, but it really, they could have done a few different things, and this did take forever, so all of these thoughts must have been, they did the maintenance, and they must have done all this right after. I don't know why they had to. There's really no point, but they really need to change some stuff. With Quantum Breaker, sweep if they're in the air. If they're on the ground, launch. That's the only problem that I have with Quantum right now. Then we've got Blue Centurion. They need to fix it. Baton mode needs to stagger when in the haywire mode. I don't know why it's broken. They did fix it. Everything is good with him. He just needs to be fixed right there. He should really be staggering, not just letting them fall. But then we've also got Red Zeo. Everything is good with him too. Except they need to change Heroic's Leap's first hit to not sweep when in the air. And while on the ground, it does sweep. I don't know why they're being weird, but they're not even making these changes that smart. Normally, I don't know why. They also did this. They did something, like if it was on the ground, it does a different attack, like Chun-Li stuff. I don't know what's going on right there, but they should be changing that, hopefully. They had a few issues with Dragon Shield Zack, where if it swept in the air, it did not result in some of the attacks hitting, so it failed. But hopefully they do fix it, and Zero Red will not miss the attacks. Blue Centurion will stagger, and Eric Myers will still get to launch the opponent incredibly high, even though he does send you down anyway. It's just more like, it'll make more sense to actually launch while on the ground. But if you guys enjoyed the 2020 July balance patch for Power Rangers Legacy Wars, please make sure to give this video a like, comment if there's something you would like to see, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to not miss anything. Especially my Discord, it's in the description. I'll see you all in the next Power Rangers video. Goodbye.